Let's talk about Gunsmith Part 1. This is going to be the first installment in the Gunsmith series and one of the first tasks a new player is going to get in this game. Now, before we get too deep, I know it's late in wipe, but I wanted to make this video so that new players and players next wipe and players 3 wipes from now can come back to this video and still get the information that they need. So without making this video too long, let's talk about the task. Gunsmith Part 1 is going to be one of the first tasks that you get from Mechanic, and I believe you actually get it at level 2. So the objective of the task is you build a gun that matches all of the requirements of the task, and then you get the rewards. It's that simple. So for this task, you're going to want to modify an MP133 to these specifications. It has to have more than 47 ergonomics, it needs a laser designator, it needs an extended magazine, and less than 850 recoil. Now, there is a catch part to this. It needs to be 60 durability or higher, and it needs to take up only 4 slots. Now, obviously, to start this task, you need to find the gun itself. So we're looking for an MP133 above 60 durability. Now, there's 3 main ways that you're going to be able to get this gun. First way is you can buy it directly from Jaeger level 1. This is going to be 23,000 rubles, or you can barter it for 1 buckwheat. Now, I do need to note that whether you barter this gun or you buy it from Jaeger, anything to do with Jaeger, you're going to have a lot of competition from other players who are also trying to do this task. There is a third way to get this gun, and that is doing a scav run. A lot of your scavs do have this shotgun, and it's pretty easy to find. I actually prefer the scav method, and I'll tell you why in just a few minutes. Once you've got the gun, there's a few attachments you're going to need to bring it into spec with everything required by the task. The first thing you're going to need is the rail system, the MP133 rails. These are going to look like this. It's the plastic forestock with the rails. You can find this in Raid. It's pretty easy to find. You can buy it on the flea market if you're level 15. There's also the option to buy it from Jaeger level 2, or you can do a barter trade at Mechanic level 1. Obviously, Jaeger level 2 is going to be a little bit later in your wipe. You're probably going to be about level 10 before you get Jaeger level 2, so that's kind of stretching it out there. The Mechanic barter is 1 hard drive, which is extremely easy to find. You can find it on a scav run. Just go to Interchange, search some PCs, find a hard drive, get out and trade it to Mechanic. Again, these are going to be pretty contested, and you might have to fight other players to be able to buy these parts. Once you've got your rail system, you're going to need a pistol grip. It's this one right here. This MP133/153 plastic pistol grip. Now, this can be bought at Jaeger level 1 for, I believe, 7,000 rubles, 6,800 rubles. Again, might be contested, but it's pretty easy to get. The next thing we're going to want to add on this is our laser designator. You're going to go right here. You're going to add a TBL. The reason I use the TBL is because you can actually buy this at Skier level 1 for only 5,600 rubles. It's extremely easy to get, super easy to find, and that amount of rubles is extremely cheap. Now, let me flip the gun here so that you guys can see the muzzle. For the muzzle, you're going to want to use this adapter right here, the cylinder 12 gauge. I believe it's actually got a different name. It's called ME cylinder 12 gauge muzzle adapter. Now, this can be purchased at Jaeger level 2 for 2,000 rubles. Pretty easy to find, but again, Jaeger level 2 is kind of up there in levels. Here's where I was mentioning the scav gun earlier. If you find this gun on a scav run, it will have this muzzle adapter and the muzzle that you need most of the time. Speaking of the muzzle is a GKO2 12 gauge muzzle brake, and you can buy this from Jaeger level 1 for 4,000 rubles. Utilize your scav runs, just kind of spam those scav runs. If you see a scav that has the gun, maybe you can lose a little bit of scav rep to get it. I don't quite recommend that, but you know, do what you have to do. And the last mod that you're going to need on this gun is the RK6 Foregrip. Now, this can be bought at level 1 Skier. I believe it's like 6,000 rubles, 7,000 rubles, and that's going to complete your gunsmith build. This is the gun right here. I'll do a little slow spinaroo right here. This is the gun. This is ready to turn in. The hardest part on this gun to find is going to be the plastic foregrip. Once you've got that, the rest of the gun goes together pretty simple. If you get hung up on the muzzle, just utilize those scav runs and eventually you'll get one. I believe the total price for this build is going to come out to about 35,000 rubles for the parts, and then it was, what, 25,000 for the gun initially, unless you find it on a scav run. So 35,000 rubles or 60,000 rubles if you buy the gun. And I'm actually going to give you guys a little quick tip about this gun. One of the other first tasks that you get in Tarkov is a task called Debut. I believe Prapper gives it. And for the task Debut, you actually need to obtain and turn over 2 of these shotguns. So, since you're already going to be looking for these, just grab a third one and bring it out of Raid. Repair it above 60 durability because that's where most people get hung up on, and they're like, oh, I can't turn it in. It won't turn in. Usually it's the durability. Make sure the durability is good. If you see something in this video that you might want me to do a little bit differently, leave me a comment. Negative, positive, doesn't matter. I'll take anything as constructive criticism. I'll come back in a few days with Gunsmith Part 2, and we'll kind of go through all the gunsmiths. I think it's like 22 or 23 of them, maybe 24, I'm not sure. But we'll make videos for all of them. So if that's something you want to see, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, something for you to be able to keep up with the channel. Good luck finding those parts and building those guns. Peace out, homies.